Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the More Analytics Afternoon S&P 500 Gold and Bitcoin podcast for March 6th, going into the 9th. Hope everybody had a good week trading this week. We're going to start off with the S&P 500. Again, I've been stating over the past few days that we're running out of momentum over here. These highs are slipping lower. These lows are slipping lower. This was almost a gap lower on the day. We've been bullish overall from 3502, where we held that macro exhaustion. And then we rallied 3,541 into this bull trend. A lot of other bull calls in here. Everything is on hold on the upside. And then the failure back below 3783 now warrants a pressure. That was the failure back below this line. We've come off down to the lower line here and a little bit below that with a 67.1575 low. But if we take this line out, which is coming in at 67.2788 plus 11 per hour, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Sunday, that's going to project this downward 220. Excuse me. That is going to project this downward 175 minimum, 490 plus maximum. And this is an ideal setup. If we break below their D-Sleeve and back up through a D-Sleeve, look for decent short covering to come in. A decent penetration in there over the weekend is going to be 50 points up until Monday's open. Now, I just want to point out one other thing. Well, I pointed this out before, obviously, that we're holding this major exhaustion level up in here, rolling over. But if we then start taking out these lows in the days/weeks ahead at 65.25 to 65.04, that general area, we may see a bounce off that first. When we start clearing that out, this dynamic is changing, and this could see a heavier sell-off down into these levels. So definitely be paying attention. And if we rally back up through this line, that's going to negate the bearishness from below it. If we take out this formation above, that's going to be bullish. That's going to come in at 69.3170. Minus 17 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. And that'll project this upward 220 points, break above that. Okay, and the gold. Chopping sideways a little bit here. The gold, we've been overall bullish from 1183. We've seen 4,443.1 per ounce to the upside. A lot of other bullish calls in here. Then we hold macro exhaustion up in here at 56.2680. And we roll over 1,203.6. Then we've had some back and forth in here. Most recently, we fell below this line up in here. That was the break below 52.5540 projects this downward 220 minimum, 1,080 plus maximum. That's going to be shaved to about 1,040 now. We've attained 250.4 of that. Now we've broken back above this line and broke back below it, which reestablished bearishness. However, we did break above this very steep line that I did not mention in the analysis this morning because it fell just below my standards of making a suggestion against. Nonetheless, we broke above it, which is bullish right in here. So we're kind of caught between these two lines. But presently, right now, this is bullish. If we fail below this line, which is going to come in at 50.9450, +7 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Sunday. That's going to warrant a decent pressure for bear with me a moment. Well, for decent pressure for at least 85 and minimum with the maximum of like 250 plus maximum. We break below that decently and back up through it decently. Look for decent short covering to come in. Bear with me just a moment. A decent penetration in there is going to be 60 over the weekend through Monday's open. Thereafter, it'll be 53.8. Maintain gap higher on Monday. We'll leave a minor bullish reversal below. And if we take out this formation right here, which is going to come in at 53.89.70, minus 3.5 per hour, starting at 6 o'clock. That will have substantial projections to the upside. Okay, and finally for the Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin had key reversal here. I had said yesterday that we left a significant bullish reversal below 2 days ago. And today we left a maintain gap lower, which negated that and now warns of pressure. We've been bullish overall in here from 16,275. We saw 110,965 to the upside. A lot of other bullish calls in here. Then the trade below 124,228 warned of pressure. We saw 64,223 to the downside from there. And then the trade above 65,585 brought in 8,780 to the upside. And a couple other bullish calls in here. So I'd said here that the maintain gap higher, like I said, left a large bullish reversal below. But if we leave a bearish gap lower intact and take this trend line out below, this will negate the bullish reversal and leave a minor bearish reversal above. So we have left the gap lower, but we haven't quite taken out this line, which we could use that for added confirmation on the downside. That line is going to come in at 69,114 plus 34 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. And a decent break below there is going to project this downward 4,400 plus. A decent penetration in there over the weekend is going to be 1875. After 9 o'clock Monday, it'll be 1655. If we leave the maintain gap higher on Monday, that'll leave a minor bullish reversal below, and then this thing could take off again to the upside. Because really to negate this, you could use a bit of a push lower. I'd say it's negated anyway, but we really wanted to see more of a push to the downside. So we'll see that if we get this break below this line. If we break below this line decently and back up through it decently, look for renewed strength and a likely run right for these highs again. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you on Monday's podcast.